presentations, and that for the rest of the presentation will be shared by Dr. Shamini. So I would like to say thank you so much to Dr. Shimin Lu for your time and energy to be the chairperson.
Yes, you're welcome, and thank you very much as well.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Shamini,
Yes, I'm back.
welcome back. Welcome back. Okay.
Yeah.
When I read your CV, it was very impressive. You have impressive educational background and working experience. Okay.
Thank you.
So, and I'm sure that it will be very helpful for you to give any valuable insights to the rest of presenters.
Okay, presenters. Okay, it'll be my pleasure. All right. So shall we begin?
Yes.
Dr. Nofarat. Okay.
Yes,
so
yes.
we will call upon the next presenter, the last, the first of the remaining three, okay, with the paper ID of IN22-121. Student attitude towards short storytelling, audiovisual clips, and English songs methods can affect academic motivation in learning English among college students in Shijiazhuang City, Hebei, China. The author is Zhou Meichun, and she's from the Department of Education, Asia Pacific International University, Thailand. So we call upon Dr. Zhou. You're ready?
Okay. Can all the presenters make sure that you only give your presentation for 15 minutes? I mean, although that your time slot has been already delayed, but we give you 15 minutes for the presentation, and then we play it by ear for maybe a few minutes for Q&A. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. May I share my screen now?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Zhou Meichun. You may call me Mei. And I look forward to your valuable suggestions and questions to help my paper be better. And now I will start my presentation. My thesis is the students' attitude towards English storytelling, audiovisual clips, and English songs affect academic motivation in learning English among college students in Shijiazhuang City, Hebei Province, China. I want to introduce the background information of this paper. First of all, English teaching and learning in China have made significant progress in every area, such as facilities, resources, methods, teacher abilities, and multimedia. However, English teaching has followed the traditional way for a long time. The extensive use of grammar translation teaching methods leads to a lack of oral expression and sound discrimination ability. Students cannot experience the sense of achievement of using English communication, but it has also made significant progress in English translation. Second, students are under the pressure of examinations. Many Chinese and foreign scholar studies have found that the tests are the main factors affecting students' learning motivation in China. Until 2018, the Chinese scholars still found that the examinations put significant pressure on most students. In the theory of learning motivation and attitude significantly impact English learning. The higher the learning motivation, the more successful the English learning will be. At the same time, gender also plays a specific role in learning motivation. Last, English storytelling, English songs, and English clips are three different learning tools. They have different characteristics from each other. English storytelling focuses on English learning in specific sense and context, conducive to comprehensive understanding. And English songs concentrate on learning English pronunciation and rhythm, which is helpful to listen to. English clips focuses on learning English knowledge quickly, which helps learners learn English proficiency in a limited time. Even if these three tools are conducive to English learning, these three tools are rarely paid attention to in English teaching and learning in Chinese university classroom. So in this paper, the six main problems are mainly discussed. They are traditional teaching mode and test pressure, obsolete multimedia application, lack of English resources and environment, large-scale classroom handle, teaching improvement. Three tools are not valued in college classroom, and the change of students' attitude towards learning tools. Nowadays, although English learning has dramatically improved in terms of teaching methods, the results obviously still cannot reach the social requirements for English majors. For example, the large-scale classroom cannot realize student-centered teaching mode, and the teaching resources and environment are limited by the network and government policy. And also with the development of the time, contemporary college students' attitude towards learning English has also changed. Therefore, there are three research objectives based on these problems and background. Because of time, I won't read it one by one, so let's jump to the research questions. This also based on the three objectives, there are three research questions. First, what is the attitude of college students towards English storytelling, English songs, and English clips, and the motivation for learning English? Second, to what extent does gender affect college students' English storytelling, English songs, and English clips, and the motivation to learn English? Third, how are students' attitudes towards English storytelling, English songs, and English clips associated with their motivation to learn English? And based on these questions, I have the methodology. This research employed a cross-sectional survey design with correlation analysis, including descriptive analysis, scatter plot, and t-test. I also collected data through online questionnaires. 325 response are all Chinese college students. They are senior English majors from Shijiazhuang University. For the gender, you can see on the top right. For gender, 83% of them are female and 17 are male. Every respondent had to respond 36 items, and a Likert scale was employed. So after the data analysis, the survey questions were answered by analyzing the data. First, from the table 1, we can conclude that the attitude of college students toward the 3 tools is neutral. The most favorite is English short videos, and the least is English songs. At the same time, college students have neutral motivation to learn English. And second, from the table 3, we can conclude that there is almost no difference between gender and students' attitude toward English, these 3 learning tools. Toward English storytelling, similarly, there was no significant difference in English learning motivation among college students of a different gender. But on the other hand, there is a substantial difference in college students' attitudes toward English songs between males and females. The p-value is 0.1, and the significant gender differences in English clips, and the p-value is very low at 0.0003. Third, from the figure 2, 3, and 4, we can conclude that the more positive students' attitude toward the 3 tools, the more positive their learning motivation will be. And the relatively strong the more positive their learning motivation and will be, and the correlation between English storytelling and the English motivation is the most obvious among the 3. Therefore, we have this conclusion. College students have a neutral attitude toward the 3 learning tools, and the learning motivation of college students is also relatively neutral. But the intrinsic motivation is higher than the extrinsic motivation. At the same time, students' attitude toward English learning tools has no significant impact on learning motivation. Regarding the gender differences, females' attitude toward English songs and English clips is significantly higher than males. However, there is a little difference in gender between storytelling and learning motivation in English. Finally, through this data analysis and literature review, some discussions are put forward, but due to the time constraints, I would not read them one by one. However, I will directly say that there are various reasons because some literature review, I found some different results from my paper. So I'm gonna say the various there are various reasons for this difference. For example, there is a significant difference in the proportion of male and female students in this study. As I just said, the female and the males, their proportion is different, and also possible that these 3 learning tools are not used scientifically, or if more accurate data is needed, many researches and analysis need to be done. So at last, the paper has both limitations and recommendations. For limitations, attitude and motivation may be influenced by various specific contextual factors, and the results may only apply to students surveyed in this paper. And 3, the data were collected only through questionnaires, and cross-sectional studies are less effective in identifying individual variations in growth or establishing the causal relationships. And the qualitative research, including interviews with students and teachers, evaluation of actual performance, and English and the classroom observation may provide more levels of analysis. For the recommendations, this study also contribute to college students' attitude toward the 3 tools, as well as their motivation to learn English. First, English video clips or English storytelling can be used appropriately in the classroom to help students elevate interest in learning English in college. And second, the study provides scholars references to study and analyze learning tools in the future. And last, it's necessary for educators to meet, or for the administrators to meet the needs of learning tools among college students. Thank you. This is all my presentation.
Thank you very much, May, for a very in-depth research. But before I make my comments, maybe I'll open it up to the floor first to see if there's anyone who would like to pose any questions to you, or maybe make any comments, views, share their suggestions. If there's none, maybe I'll just share my views. Actually, I do agree with the limitations that maybe for this particular research, because you did seem to have quite a number of results where the respondents were actually expressing neutral attitude when you did the questionnaire and having a Likert scale. So that makes it hard for you to actually analyze as to, because when respondents indicate neutral, it means they're on the fence. So it'd be good that if you actually did specific, or maybe you select a few to do some interviews so that you will actually find out why were the respondents actually selecting neutral in terms of your questions that you're actually posting in the questionnaire. Actually, I was just wondering, what do you mean by traditional teaching mode? You did mention it in the early stage of your presentation. Could you just elaborate a bit on it?
Yes, the traditional mode in China, I did some research, and also I'm Chinese, and I was learning English in China, and so the literature review that I saw is to say the traditional mode in teaching English and learning English in China is the translation, the grammar translation mode, and it's teacher-centered. The teacher in front of the class, big scale classroom. Also, this big scale classroom, also the traditional way, we didn't separate because the population is very big. So so the traditional mode, including the teaching method, is grammar translation, and the big scale of classroom, and teacher-centered, and we lack of spoken English, and less of learning just like phonics or letter sound distinguish. We don't have this opportunities to practice because it's based on the traditional way.
It's very clear. It's actually not an ideal setting for language learning. Actually, when you learn in such a large group and you're actually doing grammar translation where it's a lot of memorization and drills. So yeah, I mean, it's a very good paper that you're doing to actually offer alternatives to actually, encourage students to actually look beyond memorization and maybe try to score in the exams and to try to adopt a more natural love towards the learning of language rather it being enforced upon to pass due to exams and so on.
Yes,
so,
that's true.
Okay, thank you for it's a very interesting research that you've done there. Thank you, May. So I guess
if there's
move on. Questions, yeah, let's move on to the remaining two that we have.